The following program is produced by the Tech Talk Radio Network.
Hey, this is Larry the Cable Guy, and you're listening to Tech Talk Radio.
Welcome to another episode of Tech Talk Radio. I'm Andy Taylor.
I'm Shawn DeWeird. Welcome back this week.
Yeah, thanks for being here. A couple of great things to start off with. We got a whole bunch of info, tech stuff for you on the show that I think you'll enjoy.
I need the mental unload, man. This week I am so busy this week.
Are you really?
This is the only night that I have to do something not sport related.
Right, and that's all week. It's games, right? And not
I got women's boxing.
Wow.
I've got men's basketball.
Right.
I've got NCAA women's soccer tournament. I've
Wow.
got women's basketball versus USC on ESPN. I've got football versus Syracuse. Sports are coming out of my ears this week, man.
So do you ever get in those situations because, you play, say, women's basketball, men's football or whatever, and you have in the afternoon you've got a game and the evening you've got a game where you're just stuck there all day, right?
Sometimes.
All right, let's get into some tech here. First off, well, it's kind of tech. We have talked about it for the last 2 weeks. Since it came out, the Coca-Cola AI holiday ad. And I'm sorry if you're like going, oh, not this again, guys. But seriously, we have talked about this. Mm-hmm. And we've talked about the fact that the people move a little funny. The window where the puppies are looking out the window, there's some kind of red blob that goes by. It doesn't really say Coca-Cola. We're like, why didn't they brand that better?
It's a reflect. Well, no. So if you watch it again,
yeah,
it's a reflection of the truck driving by. At first, you can see Coca-Cola in it, but then it blurs with the puppy's face.
Yeah,
and then you get this weird amalgamation that comes out the other side that has nothing, and it's just a mess.
And then the people walking, I've watched the video over and over and over, like the people walking funny, and then
they look like the robot from Interstellar, TARS.
I don't remember that.
The big block server from TARS that moves.
Not like Robbie the robot who flings his arms around.
No, not Robbie the robot.
No. But they move funny, and then at the end, of course, you were the one who brought it up. The truck runs over people. It's kind of out of frame, but there's no way these people would have survived. However, here's a new update. I've watched it over and over and over and did not notice this till somebody else in social media mentioned this. And then I went back and looked, and it's like, one of those games where it's, what do you see that's different here? And you have to poke it out, or you have to find the ducks in the picture. I don't know if you noticed this, Shawn, but the big trucks, as they're going down the road, the axles keep disappearing. So there's a shot of one of the big, 18-wheelers hauling all that delicious Coca-Cola. Their new holiday flavor is really amazing. Their vanilla zero sugar is great.
Cream,
yeah,
really
it's super good. But the back axle keeps disappearing. It goes from 2 to 3 to 2 to 3. It's so weird. So again, something else to look for now by watching the ad.
I mean, at this point, I think they're just doing it and letting all these mistakes go through,
right?
So that people just point them out and people just watch it over and over again. Like, I really think that it's just a joke for them at this point. They know it's going to be bad. They know it's going to be controversial. They just don't care.
Yeah.
Because people are going to watch it. People are going to talk about it. AI's all the hype. So why wouldn't you do it? It's a great marketing strategy, I think, for them. It's just it's going to get to the point where it's like, if you do something not AI, it's going to be the cool thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Instead of AI is the cool thing to do.
Okay, so here's a big story, though, that people are talking about. Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Have you had a chance to try this yet? I mean, I want to get back into the franchise and play, but people are telling me, don't. Yeah, maybe you don't want to. I don't know. There's a representative out of California, Ro Khanna, that is concerned now that gaming companies are replacing human workers with AI, and is saying that AI-generated icons, posters, and achievements in the new Call of Duty Black Ops 7 are a prime example of the fact that they're just saying, let's just throw this in there. Let's throw this in there. Let's put that in there. And, her district is Silicon Valley, so they're really concerned that some of these companies that are, gaming developers are going to say, well, wait, are you taking the short route? Whereas you used to create games with, so many people working on this end, so many people working on that end. And now they're saying, no, this game is full of AI-generated icons, posters, achievements, and some have even gone so far, and I've always loved the franchise, is saying it's AI slop. And that's a term that people are using now, that some has said that thing with Coca-Cola and their ad. It's slop.
Yeah, because that's what it looks like. It looks sloppy. There are a handful of gaming studios that are protesting against AI because it is taking jobs, and it's taking graphic design jobs away. It's taking coding jobs away. It's taking design and environment jobs away. It's in my opinion, as a gamer, I appreciate, and this is something big, right? It's like a lot of places use AI for art,
Right.
and in the video gaming world, you're seeing it a lot more. In the tabletop and board game industry, you're seeing it a lot with small-time developers that don't maybe have the staff or the budget to do a lot of, or pay a lot of artists. And
they want to get their game out. Yeah.
But the large companies that are coming out, that are coming out with content, Wizards of the Coast, Critical Role, a handful of these, they're getting caught up in these things where they hire out a third-party vendor to make something for them, and those third parties don't have the same restrictions on AI, so then things start to slip through, and all of a sudden there's AI being used and stuff when they've been so adamant about not using AI.
Yeah.
And then they're not policing their own work that they get brought in from a third party, and fans are getting upset because and paying good money for art, and then all of a sudden AI slips in.
Yeah.
But they've all come out and said, we're not using AI, we're not using it because it's not for our values and things like that. But then all of a sudden, here's this AI thing, and then they're getting held accountable, and then they're finding out it's third-party stuff. So it's like trying to keep tabs on all that stuff is way more in the video gaming world than you are in the tabletop and board game industry. But it's very prevalent in both.
I've seen ads on LinkedIn where they're looking for somebody as a copywriter or layout designer or graphics, and one of the things that they're saying is no AI. They don't want to hire somebody that is reliant on AI. They want somebody who is, had experience with Quark or, Adobe or Corel or any of the graphics programs that are out there, rather than relying on saying, here, create me a basketball, with a sunshine behind it. When they want somebody who can actually take an image and do this. So some companies are saying, no, we got to put our foot down. We want to hire people who know what they're doing. Now, whether they hire that person and say, we just want to make sure you can do it, now use AI to make it faster. I mean, I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but a lot of companies are saying that.
I have to look at it from my job perspective with AI. It's like, what are things that we could do with AI? I can't automate my side of the job. I can't automate plugging in cameras and setting up tripods, and maybe one day a robot will be able to do it.
Yeah, one day maybe.
But there's a lot of the physical side of my job that you can't do with AI. The things that are going to be caught up in AI for sports is going to be stat generation, graphics generation. So taking give me these stats for this player and generate them, and it'll just pull all the stats.
Somebody could write code that could automatically put that on the screen and have that running tote on the screen and identify the players by number. And I mean, let's face it, the technology is there that it could do that. And
that's how it's working now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's how fast can a human look at all the content that's being recorded throughout the game? Say there's 15 camera angles.
Right.
And all the stats are tied into the metadata of each angle. That's how it is now. AI could scan that, and you say, show me all the angles of player 3 when he's got the ball. Mm-hmm. And now you have a playlist of clips of player 3 with the ball.
Yeah.
Okay. Show me all player 3's three-pointers. That's where AI is going to come into play. The big one, and this is something I've talked about at work, is a handful of the replay vendors are offering faux hyper frame rate.
And what does that mean?
Meaning I can take a 30 frame rate camera and it will look at it and upscale it to 180 frames.
Right.
And give me a smooth, so when I slow it down, everything's smooth, right? Looks smooth, looks hyper frame rate.
And they charge for that, right?
Sure. Of course they do. But the issue now comes, and this is an ethical dilemma, because officials replay relies so heavily on broadcast camera angles and replay, can you use AI-generated camera angles?
Well,
because if it's taking say 30 frames or 60 frames and making it 180, 240, 3, whatever, however many how many times you want to slow-mo it. They're looking at things specifically to show whether or not the ball or the foot was on the line or over the line. But if it's generating an AI interpolating frames,
right,
and now it shows the foot and it blends it so it's on this side of the line for this frame.
Oh, ooh, interesting.
And that side of the line for the next frame.
Right.
How do you know which frame was real? Trying to flesh out whether or not this type of content will be able to be used in sports broadcasting is going to be a very hot topic coming soon because of this AI generation. At what point is it ethical to use it for a broadcast? Whether or not it's being used for official replay is a separate question. But can you use it for the broadcast? Can you use it for an in-venue show? Could you put it up on the video board and show it there to maybe maybe hype up the crowd? But if they're looking at something that isn't real and you're weighing the options on whether or not it's real or not, but the officials are looking at what was captured and it's showing something different. Now you're in this weird limbo of, do you show it? Don't you show it? Do you use it? Don't you use it?
Right.
It looks cool, but is it ethical?
I think for the upcoming Super Bowl for next year, I think we're probably going to be seeing a lot of AI-driven commercials, maybe even making fun of AI, which I can kind of imagine that might be something. Somebody asked me, though, a guy named Roger called the station, and he had listened to our show, and he wanted to talk to me about this AI commercial from Coca-Cola. And he said, do you have a commercial that you like during the holidays? I said, I've always liked the Coca-Cola commercials. I said, I've always liked the family commercials. But honestly, one of my favorite commercials, and it's on now, and it is, I don't think there's any AI in it at all. I'm hoping I'm not wrong, is the three ladies that are on the, sitting watching the snow, and the people going down the slopes. It's for Amazon, and one of the ladies buys these, seats that they could actually go down the slopes on. It has warmth, it has feeling, it has heart. Even though I like that Coca-Cola ad, albeit, aside from the AI, it was kind of lacking in that. This one had human interaction. It just had a lot of heart. If you get a chance to see that one from Amazon, you haven't seen that one yet, that one is really good.
All the AI stuff it makes me think about, we're losing human creativity. Sure, you have a marketing team, and they storyboarded what they wanted, but then they just said, generate.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have somebody sitting at the computer designing it, putting their human touch into it, their design feelings, their look, their feel into it. They just said, generate, and the computer did it.
And let's see what it did. And if that didn't work...
Like, the emotion in content is becoming so sterile, it's frightening.
It's almost going to be like the emotion that's received as the emotion of the creator of that scene. It's going, oh, that's great. But is he feeling the emotion that those viewers will get?
Right. So it's like people are going to want to follow. Like, a lot of times people like to follow directors based on their style because they like the way they shot something.
Spielberg, Truffaut.
This is trying to emulate that, but it's just an empty, soulless feeling because there's not a human element to it.
Yeah.
That's been my take for a long time, pretty much since AI was started. Go back and listen to all of our shows. I've been saying this for a long time.
Yeah. You
take the human element out of stuff. Doesn't matter how good it looks. It's still going to feel soulless. It's still going to feel empty.
Yeah.
And I know it's hard to display emotion and what's the word? Inflection.
Yeah.
Across with images and text and moving pictures and stuff. But there's still an element there that you're going to feel empty.
Yeah.
Knowing it was created by AI.
I'm just going to say this, and I wish I knew more of the story, and I don't know if you heard about this week. There apparently is an app that will allow you to have and this reminds me of the Black Mirror, which was the series on Netflix, still great. There was an episode on there where this company was delving into artificial intelligence, and you were able to communicate with a loved one that was no longer with us. And over time, that got so good, as we've seen with AI, over the years, and very quickly, that it then created a robotic character. And then it created a fleshy type of organism that was just like that human being. It's a great story. Charlie Booker with the Black Mirror. You can watch it. I think it's in season 1. But there is a company that apparently has created an app where you could put the information in of your beloved one who passed, grandma, mom, dad, grandpa, and you could have a conversation with them using AI. And it's like, I just, is this really, really needed? No, it's not.
It's from an emotional level, from a mental level, that sounds like an absolutely terrible idea.
Yeah. Because we have their voice, their likeness, and that's just, it's not a good idea. All right, here's
not a good idea at all.
Here's something, and this tells you how far we came. What was the number one movie this week back in 1984? See if you know this one.
This week in 1984? Fall, wintry.
Yeah, it was kind of
Top Gun?
Nope, and it's kind of a little bit about what we're talking about,
Hold on.
All right. Think about
Contact?
Technology and it getting away. 1984.
The Net?
No.
Hackers?
No, you're throwing some good ones out there, though. How about...
Sneakers?
Oh, I love that movie. James Cameron's Terminator.
Oh, hey, that's a great one, too.
You got
Skynet,
right? Everybody talks about Skynet with the robots, and they took over. But believe it or not, it was only number one for 2 weeks, which was kind of surprising. It was a great movie. But it had me thinking about some really good computer deepfake, which, if you remember the term deepfake technology, that was big between 2018 and about 2021. And there was an artist out there named Control Shift Face, right? You can look him up on YouTube. He was from the Czech Republic, did some great work, but he slowed down over the years. Why? Because AI is doing all this. There's one that he has, if you get a chance to see it, it's a Terminator deepfake called Roombo, Roombo. It has Brad Pitt, Jim Carrey, and even Stallone as the Terminator, and you can find it on YouTube. But again, I was thinking about it, like how different is deepfake technology to where we are today with AI and how that's being used. So I started doing a little deep dive on this. And no, I did not use Notebook LM to do it. But the deepfake technologies we had were just the face. And it was computer graphics that did it. And you had to train your models and work the models. And it could move the face. And it really came out really good. Whereas the AI that we have today is the entire body. It can move all the movements, the whole bit. But you honestly had to be a pretty skilled visual effects artist to work the tools for the face swap deepfake technology. And I mean, now with AI video technology, it's kind of taken that over. But some of that stuff that this guy Control Shift Face and some of the others that we're creating on there's one guy who does a lot with Schwarzenegger, and he's still doing that stuff. It's pretty darn good. It really is. How far we've come.
No, how far? Speaking of that, how far we've come. Let's talk about socks.
If you could find a way to segue into socks, that was the perfect segue. You will not believe what Shawn is about to share with us.
I didn't think it was real at first. I thought it was a joke.
Yeah, like an April Fool's joke.
It's just fitting that Justin's not here, because this is the type of thing where Andy and I both like Apple. I know Andy's on Android now, but
I have an Apple. I have an iPhone. Yeah,
right. We both have loved the Apple ecosystem for what it is.
Yeah.
This is something that made me even go, what the heck? Why is this a thing?
Right.
Okay. I know they've made some dumb mistakes with making like a $900 computer mount and some other stuff, but for hardware and stuff. But this just tops it.
Yeah.
Apple partnered with, I don't even know how to say this person's name.
Issei Miyake.
Issei Miyake.
Yeah. He's an artist out of Japan.
An artist.
Yeah.
iPhone Pocket features a singular 3D knitted construction designed to fit any iPhone. It's literally knitted.
It's like something your grandma would make.
It's like an over-the-shoulder sling bag that is a iPhone sock. It was available November 14th, so this is about a week ago.
Yeah.
It was available in iPhone Pocket is what it's called.
Yeah, the iPhone Pocket.
Go to just Google it. Apple iPhone sock. It's the most ridiculous looking.
It's very
ever.
colorful. I mean, you got to give. It's got some great colors.
Yeah, but
it's knitted and
it's just for holding your phone, and it goes over your. It looks ridiculous for one, and it's $249
for a sock. This is going to create some excellent knockoffs.
The short strap, $149.
Right.
The long strap, $229.
Apple stores were carrying it, but here's what's even more amazing.
It's sold out. Because I don't get it.
Yeah, here's what I'm thinking, Shawn. This is going to cause so many knockoffs that are going to pop. Because seriously, the Green Valley Recreation Knitting Club, I'm sure there's one, could be making this right now. And start selling them at events.
Somebody's grandma's going to be selling them on Etsy in 2 days.
Yeah, I can make a sock. How perfect!
I'm sure it's like it'd be interesting to see if anybody's already designed something like this,
right,
on Etsy, and now they're going to go, wait a minute, Apple, this looks just like mine. What the heck?
And
good luck against Apple's lawyers.
Somebody could make it. Well, somebody could make it for their Android device or a tablet or. I mean, if it's going to become popular, somebody could wear it. I did not see any branding on it. Did you? I mean, I was looking.
There's one small tag on the side, but I can't, without looking at it.
Yeah,
you can't really see in detail like what the label says, but it's not Apple brand. It doesn't look Apple branded.
No. So I'm thinking you'd be walking around and feel like you're in fashion because you got one of those. Which I'm wondering, are they going to restock or is it just limited? That for $230 now, you got a sock you can carry your iPhone with, and if anything, it'd make a great sling. If you get mad at somebody, you just
yeah, okay. I don't.
But we got to go to a break. But that reminds me, Shawn, it asks the question. Okay, we're in November, right? We're towards the end of November. Where is Microsoft and its ugly sweaters? We've not seen an ugly sweater yet.
We couldn't even find any information on it right before pre-show. Right?
Yeah.
So where are you, Microsoft? Because I'm probably going to buy it.
Right. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more of Tech Talk Radio. I'm Andy Taylor.
I'm Shawn DeWeerd. Find us on the web at techtalkradio.com and like us on your favorite podcasting platform.
And now, back to Tech Talk Radio.
Thanks for your help and keep up the good work. You got a great show.
So we were on the topic of Apple.
Yeah.
The
sock.
And the sock.
Nice sock.
But we've got a listener question.
All right.
Abigail from Green Valley asks us, she's been doing a lot more work with her iPad lately. She has an iPhone, but she doesn't really use it for work. Mm-hmm. The iPad is more convenient to take with her than her laptop. The only wish I had for my iPad and with my laptop, which is a PC, is if I had an internet connection. I hear your show, not really big fans of connecting at coffee shops for internet.
No.
Public internet's not always great. But I do have an occasional meeting at one. What are my alternatives?
Oh, okay.
Your alternatives really are you can get an iPad that has a cellular connection.
Yeah. My iPad, actually, it's a second gen, and I know if I wanted to, I could have set that up with a cell connection. Yeah.
I have an iPad mini that has a cell connection. It's been great. We don't use it. We used it for the 2 years that we had it when we bought it, or whatever. We got tied into that plan with Verizon. But yeah, I would go look at your cellular options for the iPad.
Well, okay. What about this too? Is this possible? She said she has an iPhone, but she don't want to do the work on the iPhone. She wants to do it on the iPad, right? And if she's at a coffee shop, she don't want to connect to the coffee shop Wi-Fi. Could she not? And it depends on the carrier, I believe. Set up her iPhone as a hotspot and then connect her iPad to the iPhone. Right?
Correct. Yes, you can hotspot your iPhone depending on which plan you have and how many devices can connect to it and all that stuff.
Some carriers may not allow that. So, yeah.
Right, some may not. And depending on if is the cell phone signal good at your coffee shop? Does it stink? Is it completely concrete? Does the cell phone quality even good in the coffee shop? That's the other question. But yes, you can tether your iPhone, so you can plug it in via USB and share your internet from your phone via USB to your computer.
Right.
Or wait a few months and see if Apple's rumored cheaper MacBook.
Right.
They're looking at Apple is rumored to be producing a cheaper iMac, which will feature the A18 chip, which is the chip that's used in phones.
Okay.
Which is they're saying is equal to, if not better than, the M1 Max, which is crazy to think about.
Wow.
So if you're not doing anything graphically intensive, not doing any 3D rendering, gaming, etc., that could power a display, have really good battery life, and they're rumoring it that it will have an onboard SIM as well, so an eSIM.
Ooh.
So you could bring in your laptop and have cell phone. Think about it, right? It'd be kind of cool to be able to bring your laptop, turn it on, and be connected to 5G LTE or 4G, whatever the next generation of cell phone connectivity is going to be.
Right.
So you have options, right? Get an iPad with cellular connectivity, hotspot your phone to your laptop, wait and see if Apple's rumored A18 MacBook comes around and has cell phone connectivity in it. You have some options there. So
that would be pretty awesome. Then you'd be able to use it pretty much anywhere you get a signal. If you get a good signal and you're...
Anywhere.
Yeah, that would be it. You don't have to rely. Now, one other thing that she could do in the meantime, if she wants to use the coffee shop Wi-Fi, VPN,
download a VPN.
Yeah, get a VPN. There's different choices out there. Some people will say, Nord. Others will say Symantec. Others will, say, Viper, whichever one.
Yeah, I use Malwarebytes VPN.
Oh,
so,
that's right. They do have one.
I have their plan that gives me the VPN. So if I ever need to be remote and connected I can just connect with Malwarebytes VPN. It's part of my plan. But yeah, Nord. There's tons. There's tons of good ones. Don't just go search free VPN.
Right. Yeah.
You might get some unsullied, some pretty gross websites. But
yeah.
Just do your research, but stay close to the big name brands for VPN, and you'll be just fine.
All right, that one came from Abigail in Green Valley. Here's one real quickly, because I know that you have experience in this, Shawn. This is from Ted in Sahuarita. He said, I found some old film, undeveloped, 35 millimeter. Any recommendations where to get developed? I mean, most people are probably going to say Walgreens, but you had done something like this not long ago, didn't you? Or was it 120 or 110 film that you were working with? What was it?
So if it's unprocessed film, right? If it's still in the roll, there is a website that I used called Indie Film Lab.
All right.
And they will take the roll, you mail it to them, they ship it to you, and they either process it for you and just give you the negatives.
Right.
They process and scan them. They process and scan and do fine touches to that. Like, they have a couple different tiers for them. I'll have to pull it up. I don't have it pulled up. But Indie Film, I just looked it up. Indie Film Lab, film processing. I think it was about $10 a roll, to be honest.
That's not bad.
I'm trying to find their prices while we talk. But
right.
That's
good.
Services.
All right.
It looks like 35 millimeter uncorrected is $12 for color. If it's black and white, it's 21. Black and white is just a little bit different process for developing because the chemicals are different. They do, so it looks like it's about pre-cut film scan only, meaning they just give you the uncut roll.
Right.
It's $15. Uncut scan only, meaning they develop it and just give you a whole roll, a long roll of your is $11. That's what I did.
Oh, wow. All right.
So it was $11 for 35 millimeter.
When you say that, give you a whole roll, it's like a negative, you mean? Or...
Yeah, so like they take the roll out of the film.
Right.
And they develop it, and they don't cut it.
Okay. All right.
You just have a big, long roll of a negative.
And then you
can cut it. You can cut it up yourself, or you can...
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
So indiefilmlab.com.
All right.
Check them out. They can do 35 millimeter, 6x4, 6x6, 6x7, 6x9, 6x12, 6x7. They can do all sorts of stuff. This is just film, though. That doesn't look like it's 8 millimeter. It just looks like it's like photo stills, not movie stills.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool too, because I know a lot of people want to do that kind of thing and get their photos done, and you find that roll of film, you don't know, you're sitting there thinking, what's on this? What did I shoot with this that it's stuck in the back of a drawer? And it says family vacation. Is it your favorite car at a car show? So that'd be kind of cool to do. All right, we got to.
And it says like the turnaround time, right? During their non-peak season, which is January to May. If you send in 1 to 25 rolls, so you can send in 25 rolls of film if you wanted to, you can expect scans in 5 to 7 days.
All right, we're going to say a big shout out and congratulations. We got to get him on the show again to Chase Roberts. Chase Roberts
yes.
from Hacky Labs. He's the guy who put out these books. The books are, first off, Computer Engineering for Big Babies, and then, of course, Computer Engineering for Babies from Hacky Labs. He told us about this. He told us about the book.
He spoiled it on this show.
He did. He said what his next book was going to be.
Mechanical Engineering for Babies.
So, well, it's actually Simple Machines Made Simple. And it just shows kids, like those books are laid out, but it shows them levies and pulleys and, movements and how a wheel works and can interact. It really is a good book for the young kids. And I guess it's available now, Hacky Labs. So we got to get Chase back on the show so we can talk about it a little more.
I kickstarted it. So
did you really? So you're going to get a copy?
Yeah, because I fundamentally believe in what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like the Computer Engineering for Babies book blew my mind when I got it.
Yeah, it was cool.
I enjoyed playing with it. And Max and Daniel both loved it. The logic behind the books is really cool. And it just teaches basic functions.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool. And it's weird to think like these little functions, okay, they're just functions, right? But it's fundamental functions of how things work.
It's like if this, then that.
Right.
It
so
teaches
it's
them.
Teaching critical theory just from a kid's book.
Right.
And it's 7 pages long, but it's a book that I'd never seen designed like that before. Just a very creative way to get kids involved in reading, also pushing buttons. Kids love pushing buttons.
Oh, yeah.
And then coming up with the second book, Computer Engineering for Big Babies, taking logic gating and memory reads and memory writes and tying it into a book that makes sense. And then you're changing the colors on this page, and then the next page you're writing those colors to the page. And it's
Did the kids get a chance to play around with the book at all? Did you? I mean, I put it in front of my 4-year-old grandson, and who had 3, and he was having fun with it, flipping the switches and looking at the lights and making it all work.
Yeah, I think the Computer Engineering for Babies, that one is a little bit more basic level. Like, push this button, the light comes on. Don't push this button and the light's on. Push the button and the light turns off.
Right.
That kind of stuff. Max and Daniel both understood that one. They were both able to turn the latch on, hit the reset button. They figured that one out. The Computer Engineering for Big Babies, that takes a little bit more understanding of logic gates and some other stuff like that. Like that one took me a couple times going through it to figure it out. So
right,
that's a little bit more advanced. Not saying they won't get to that, but don't expect a kid to they're just going to want to flip the switches up and down. And watch the LEDs go up and down and stuff like that. But I'm excited to see this new book. It's Simple Machines, right? So, but again, it was cool because we asked him if he had any future projects when he was on the show. He said, "Oh, I guess I could tell you guys," and he spoiled it on the show for us.
Yes,
which was really cool. So we're gonna have to get him back on the show to talk about this.
It would be good. Somebody else, since we're on the subject of books, David Pogue, who's also been on the show before. You've seen him as a CBS News contributor. David's got a book coming out highlighting the life of Apple, which is going to be pretty good. Talking about what Apple has been through over the years, the changes not only in the product, the changes in the theory of what technology is all about. And David has been working really hard in this book, so be looking for that one. I'm going to try and see if I can get David back on the show. We've had him on, I think, a couple of times over the years.
We can ask him about the sock.
See what he thinks about the sock. We got to ask everybody. So did you get the sock? See what he thinks about that. All right, so that's one. The other one is, do you remember growing up, Shawn, a magazine that was really thick called Computer Shopper? And it was
I don't remember that.
It was a huge magazine, and you could flip through it, and you'd see stories, you'd see sales, you'd see all this cool tech. I mean, we're talking, like the 90s, 2000. It was always fun to read, and it was super thick magazine. Again, Computer Shopper, and it kind of went away, I think, early 2000s. But there's a brand new one called Computer Gazette magazine, which is, trying to get more people into it. You can find it on Facebook or check out computesgazette.com. computesgazette.com. And you can find it there. And they've got their November issue. It's been a while, but they're putting this one out, and they, want people to check it out, especially if you like some of the older technology, whether it be Amiga or Commodore or, early Apple. Like, one of my first was the Apple IIe. But again, you could find some great stories in there in this new Computer Gazette magazine. Again, that's computesgazette.com of this. And I wouldn't mind getting them on the show too, talking about, what are they thinking? What
$9.95 a month for print and digital.
I could get Netflix for that.
Can you?
I think.
The only ones that I ever subscribed to, Caitlin and I actually just talked about magazine subscriptions the other day. Cause
right.
We were talking about like how magazines were just one big ad.
Oh yeah, yeah.
For a lot of stuff, right?
Right.
So, right, PC Gamer was one that I had.
Oh
yeah. A Transworld Motocross is one I had because I was big into motocross growing up.
Right.
Trying to think if there was another one I had, a gaming one. Nintendo Power was one I had.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah.
I don't have a lot. I don't think I have any of them, but anymore. But
I still have a lot of mine. Boot. If you remember Boot magazine, Boot was really good. Maximum PC, which I think may have been from the same editors. That was also a good one. And we've had editors on this show over the years when that one was out. And Boot was one of my favorite because Boot was like for those that really liked gaming, that liked, the top end of technology when it came to their own rigs, what they were putting on. You saw 3D effects in there quite a bit. They had the Voodoo cards, which were awesome. Creative Labs was, if you wanted sound and great sound, you wanted something from Creative Labs in there. If you wanted, great hard drive technology, you were looking at the 10,000 RPM drives. You were going that way. And yeah, it's kind of neat to take a step back. But yeah, I have all of my Boot magazines, Maximum PCs and stuff over the years. It's kind of cool. And then the other course was PC Magazine from ZD. I know that before we take a break, I don't know if you saw the story that Paramount Plus is going to raise their prices. And you ready for this one? No more 7-day free trial. So they're hoping that people will just come over anyways. No 7-day free trial, and just go ahead and sign up for that higher price for Paramount Plus. Kind of makes you wonder. All right, we're going to take another quick break. We come back with more of Tech Talk Radio. I'm Andy Taylor.
I'm Shawn Dewar. Subscribe to us for free.
Yeah, free. We're free
on your favorite podcasting platform,
and on YouTube.
Or find us on Facebook at Tech Talkers.
Now back to Tech Talk Radio.
I wanted to get your thoughts on this, Shawn, because I'm thinking about delving into this. And, I know it could probably or maybe be a fad. And over the years, I've looked at different devices that pair with your smartphone that are sunglasses. So you can put them on and you can hear, whether it be bone conduction, and you can hear, and I remember when Matt first came on the show, he won the Mojawa bone conducting, where they just fit right over your temple, and that's how it plays music. And we've seen those over the years. Paula Abdul got together with a company, and they sent us one of those to try out, and it was a lot of fun. But now I'm seriously looking at the Meta Ray-Ban glasses. And I don't know if you've heard about these, but they look like sunglasses, but there are lenses in them. So it can shoot video, take stills. And that's the thing. It's a little hard to bite because the price is a little crazy. For the Gen 1, which is out now, they run anywhere from at the low point, $250 to about $380, depending on the lens or depending on the type. But the Gen 1, here's a downside to it. You get 4 hours battery life. And that's 4 hours of just okay use here and there. My buddy Tyler, who I do the segments on Fox 11 with, Tyler said that's if you're using it constantly, it's going to be a little different, probably even less. Features basic camera and audio, dual 5-megapixel cameras, open-ear speakers. You get short video clips. Their resolution isn't that great. Microphones, they're okay, but wind noise handling, they say, isn't that great. No live streaming, so you can't wear them and go live, and no AI assistant. The new Gen 2s, which are available now, they were released a couple years ago, and they've kind of improved on them. It could be time for Gen 3. Have 12-megapixel cameras or photos, 1080p video. You get upgraded speakers with louder sound, less leak, 5-mic array for improved voice capture, live streaming support to Instagram, Facebook directly with the glasses, because remember, it's Meta, and it has AI built into it. So if you want to ask Meta AI a question, you say, hey, Meta, and you could ask it a question, and it would deliver that answer into your ears. Longer battery life, about 8 hours, they say, and fast charge in the case. But do you think these Meta Ray-Ban smart glasses, are they a fad, or is this something that will continue to be developed?
I think it's a fad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really get nervous about, it's a privacy thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because if you're wearing these glasses at any moment, you could just be like, boop, I'm recording now.
Yeah. It doesn't alert anybody around you. I don't think it has a red light on it.
I don't know. I mean, there has to be some sort of indicator, right? Because, I mean, people are going to use that nefariously.
Yeah.
People are going to use that, and you might say something off canter or maybe something you don't want to be public.
Yeah.
And you have to worry about privacy.
It's like Big Brother's always watching.
Yeah, but we have to remember, not every state's a one-party consent state, right?
Yeah, that's
so
true.
If you walk into a room and you're recording, and there's a reasonable expectation of privacy, you have to, if you're recording, you legitimately have to announce, hey, I'm recording this.
Right.
And a lot of facilities, a lot of places you're going in public have rules for recording. You can't go into a private establishment and record without permission. So if you are, you're violating the law. 2, if it's a single-party consent state, it gets tricky.
Yeah.
If it's a 2-party consent state, absolutely not. But it's all ethical at that point. It's all about, like, what, for me, it's what am I gaining
Right.
by live streaming this interaction?
You know, it's funny. You were talking about this, Shawn, and I'm remembering Black Friday some years ago. I want to say it's when, one of my TV segments, I went to our local Best Buy, and they let me set up inside the store before they opened the doors on Black Friday. And, I mean, I had a tripod. I had a full camera, microphones. I had a light that was really not needed. But, again, and they open the doors, and here they come rushing towards the camera. It's great video. I've got that. Now, creators, those people that want to create videos, can walk into a store, and if they're quick, they can have somebody showing off a product without even them having to buy it now and show, hey, this is the newest product. I'm looking at it at store shelves from Linksys, or I'm looking at this product from Western Digital, and they're showing it on the shelves. They're not even buying it. And they're creating, videos that could go viral of somebody showing off a product in a store, whereas before you had to get permission. I had to get permission from Best Buy corporate to be able to be in there, even though it was a news crew, to do this. Where people are finding they don't have to do that anymore. And
that's what I'm saying. It's just ushering in a new era of, I don't even know how to phrase it.
Well, the reason I want to get it, because imagine, my grandson is 4. There are moments where I don't want to pull out my phone and, shoot video all the time. I just have my lenses on. So we take him to the park. We go somewhere. We're talking about a Disney trip.
They're are they? Do they have clear lenses, or are they sunglasses?
They're sunglasses. They look. Well, you can get clear lenses.
Sunglasses all around.
So just be like wearing my sunglasses. That's a thing. So, that was the thought for it. The price is a little, but Tyler was shooting video of him driving to Disneyland, and out of the car. And I thought, well, he wasn't holding the camera. He wasn't holding the phone. It was taken with his Gen 1 Ray-Ban glass. I thought, that's kind of cool. You're on a road trip. You want to get a photo. You want to be safe. That's one way to do it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it ever caught on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's a very small place, very small place to try and cram in a ton of hardware. And you're going to sacrifice the size for battery life, so it's not going to be super great.
Yeah.
It's very niche. So I don't know. I won't get one. I think they're silly.
Yeah.
I always
one,
have since they were first announced.
I got one from a company called Daho Camgo, and it's a body camera. And it's actually going to be used in a video that I'm helping a buddy do that's all about remote controlled airplanes. I've talked about that. We went out and did the drone. So we were thinking, hey, we could attach the body cam while he's flying the plane going in circles. So you see the plane and you see his arm outstretched. But that thing only gets, seriously, it's maybe an hour of video. And then it has to be tied to a device. And it's like, that's kind of a pain. So I thought these also could be used for that. But yeah, you may be right. And that privacy thing is going to be a big concern with people.
Privacy thing is a concern now with just phones in general.
Yeah.
You have the capability of live streaming live stuff. I mean, just think of all the stories you've read about somebody getting caught in this. People think I'm a little bit paranoid about this, right? But it's like
right.
Being in public and policing yourself and just be a good human being. Let's just put it that way, right? Just be a good human being. Don't do dumb stuff. But what happens if I do something silly or I pick my nose in public or I do something stupid, right? You know what I mean? Whatever. Like little things like that. Somebody catches something and now I'm a meme.
Exactly.
Right?
You're a meme.
It could be embarrassing for me.
Yeah.
It could be traumatic for me. It could be job ending, depending on the content, right? It's like there's an unnecessary burden mentally for not even my generation, but just everybody.
Yeah.
Getting caught in these scenarios where you have to understand that you're being recorded 24/7 all the time.
Yeah.
That has to take a mental toll on kids, on adults, on. It's just I think it's unnecessarily a mental burden on a lot of people, and I don't know. It's just weird. That's how I think about it.
Yeah, it totally makes sense how you feel too, and I think a lot of people probably feel the same way about that. I know that you love the space travel, and you love rockets, and you love everything that comes to it. Blue Origin, of course, they did their flight, and I know you did a little studying into that. Is this kind of a good thing? Is this a big thing?
It's a great thing, right?
Yeah.
So Blue Origin is owned by Amazon, which everybody's, whatever. It's another billionaire putting stuff into space. Great. It's good for the competition. It's the space race, right? All through the 60s and 70s, it was China versus Russia versus the U.S. versus India and Pakistan. And now had stalled off for many, many, many years. Because the cost was prohibitive because it was one-time use.
Right.
SpaceX came along, said, well, we're going to launch a booster that we can reuse and land it. So in 2016, they launched the Falcon 9 on a booster, landed it on a drone ship, brought it back, reused it. They've been reusing drone. I mean,
yeah, pretty amazing. Yeah,
dozens of times per booster, saving billions of dollars. But they were the only ones that were able to make a reusable booster that could then land and be reused for future flights. Blue Origin finally did the second flight of their New Glenn booster. Right. And on their second attempt, landed it on a drone ship in the ocean and are going to reuse it. It was incredible to see. So,
cool.
Again, to see another competitor join the market in reusable boosters to get stuff to space, it's going to just ramp up. Other companies are going to now try it. Other companies are going to put development into it.
Right.
It gives NASA, it gives other companies that are putting satellites into space the opportunity to go with a different vendor. It's going to lower costs potentially because of competition. So it's incredible to watch. Go to their website, Blue Origin, find it, the New Glenn 2. It's just a cool, surreal experience to see it happen. I watched it live.
Right.
And it brought back memories because I watched the Falcon 9 booster in 2016 land live which was really cool. And now I have an app called NSF, which is Next Space Flight, which tracks all these flights from SpaceX to Blue Origin to Rocket Labs out of New Zealand and the Indian Space Force,
right?
And China launching some of their satellites and stuff like that.
So it kind of covers all.
It covers pretty much every space flight that happens. Is I get an alert for it and can watch it because they pretty much live stream all of the space flights now. But yeah, the space stuff is really cool.
All right, and you could see this on YouTube, right? TechCrunch, I know, had a story about it too.
TechCrunch had an article about it. You can just search Blue Origin, New Glenn rocket, and it'll be one of the first things you find.
Perfect. Another quick break. We'll be back with more of Tech Talk Radio. I'm Andy Taylor.
I'm Shawn DeWeer. Send us an X at Tech Talk Radio. We'll be right back.
And now, back to Tech Talk Radio.
All right, I have a quick reminder for our listeners. No doubt, the shopping season has begun. Black Friday coming up. And, of course, a lot of the retailers out there want to get a piece of your hard-earned dollar. But so do a lot of scammers. Just a reminder that you get an email and it looks like it's from one of those retailers, whether it be Kohl's or Walmart or Best Buy or even Amazon. And it says, to get this deal, you got to click here. Do not click there. Just don't take the chance. There's a lot of scammers out there that can create great landing pages that you'll go to think you're getting a great deal, and it turns out you're not. You'll be scammed into putting your information or your login credentials for another site that looks very similar and give up the info. Honestly, if you want to shop for the deals, go to that retailer's website. Don't click an email to make a purchase. Go to that website itself and do your purchase there. Also, if you're going to be out shopping and maybe you're having a cup of coffee somewhere, we talked about it earlier, VPN use. Don't do your purchases through a coffee shop internet connection. Honestly, that's just not a good way to do it. Make sure you have some kind of protection on your system, VPN, the whole bit. But again, just a little extra warning to how to be safe. Now, here's something to share with you. This is the time of the year where we see a lot of dogs and cats. If you're on Nextdoor or Facebook, you hear a lot of them just running away. And then you hear a lot about the Animal League of Green Valley, Paws Patrol. PAC is inundated with dogs and cats that have been lost. Here's the thing. There's a product out there that can help. And if you love your dog or cat, which hopefully you do, it's called the Fi Mini Pet Tracker, and it's GPS. And it's barely bigger than an AirTag, has more accuracy than what they say Bluetooth trackers is, and is small enough to fit on a cat. So while most of the time we think just putting on a tracker maybe on your dog, you could put it on your cat, and it's a smart collar, and it comes as a subscription, about $129 per year. You can attach it to any collar or harness that's about 3/8 to 1 inch wide, and it's suitable for dogs and cats of any size. Now, they're saying it's because of the size. Now, I'm thinking you could do this with an AirTag, right? I mean, we've heard great stories about AirTags being used where people are traveling, putting in their luggage gets taken, and then they track it down. There's a great one about a month ago about that. But if you want to take a look at it, shop.tryfi.com. We've not looked at it, so we don't know. We just know that this is out there if you're looking for a solution to be able to track Fluffy or...
I mean, it just looks like a dog collar.
Yeah. Dog collar, and it's got it embedded.
It wouldn't be anything, but it's got real-time GPS live tracking and escape alerts. So I'm assuming it's got some sort of geofencing on there.
Oh, yeah.
LTE coverage using Verizon LTE Mobile. It says it does 3 weeks of battery life with USB-C charging, or it can be paired to a 5 base for extended up to 3 months of battery life. So I'm assuming when the dog is asleep or in your home, you can charge
Perfect.
it. It's IP68 waterproof, so if they're in the rain or outdoors it looks like something for a concerned pet owner.
There you go.
If you don't want to do the RFID microchipping, this is something a little bit more removable.
Mm-hmm.
I still think you should get your pets chipped, to be honest.
Absolutely. Yep.
Cool fun fact is that if you're a nerd and you have a Flipper Zero, you can read the RFID tags on pets with a Flipper Zero.
I want to get one of those. Yes.
Yeah. So, so this just looks like for something a concerned pet owner might want.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to get a Flipper Zero and talk about that in the next couple of weeks. That would be cool, right? Shop.tryfi.com. That's it for this week's Tech Talk Radio. I'm Andy Taylor.
I'm Shawn DeWeird. Find us on the web at techtalkradio.com and give us a like and subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting platform. Have a great week.